You can't always be happy, but you can always be at peace with whatever you are going through. Growing up, I've always wanted to be happy all the time. In fact, I feel like this is what a lot of human beings believe to be their purpose is, to be happy as much as possible, right? And what's interesting is that this philosophy will lead people towards dangerous routes, such as drug addiction, such as phone addiction, such as binge eating. If you're watching this video and you struggle with some form of addiction, anything at all, like something you do feel like it controls you a little bit, or at least there's something you want to do less of, then continue watching this video, because this is the answer to that problem you face. So really, the concept of dopamine has been talked about so much in the self-improvement space by Andrew Huberman, a bunch of other guys. And a lot of people don't really understand what it means to have dopamine in your brain and how dopamine has been controlling your life dramatically. And if you just knew how to fucking control this chemical, you can get whatever you want in this world. The concept of dopamine, to give you guys a really good description of what it means, it's the molecule that makes you want more. Notice how I didn't say it's the pleasure molecule, because this is the misconception that a lot of people have regarding dopamine. They think it's equal to pleasure, but it's a little more complex. It's equal to anticipation. It's better said. That means when you want to check your phone for the 20th time today, for no real reason, you just grab your phone and you check it. The reason you did that is because you had a shot of dopamine that urged you to check it just in case there was some reward. And then when there is no reward, you actually lose the sense of happiness and motivation. It actually goes down. I'm sure you've experienced it. You want to see a certain text and you don't see it, and then you feel kind of empty, and you feel like that desire to see that certain text. Or vice versa. You didn't expect something, and then you see a text and you're like, whoa, this is great. This is great news. That's the dopamine system being at work in your brain. Right now I'm actually walking by a friend. I'm gonna put him on camera real quick. Watch this. Say what's good.
What's up? Oh, you're recording.
What's your thoughts on dopamine and how it affects your life?
I think you need to manage your dopamine. I think if you overstimulate yourself with food, social media, or any of that shit, you're gonna fuck the rest of your life. When you sit down, you need to work, you're not gonna get it done because your dopamine stores are fucked. So find ways to lower your dopamine and you will live a better life. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, real. Shout out Danny Latman.
Shout out the Latman Pack.
All right, brother.
Let's go, bro.
That was very unexpected. Anyways, to get back on track, that was actually well said. That's what dopamine is. I mean, that's not what dopamine is. That's really good practical advice regarding dopamine. But to get back to the title of this video, which is, damn, what the fuck was the title of this video, bro? I'm trying to remember. It was, okay, so we were talking about dopamine, but before that, what were we talking about? This is crazy. The fact that I can't remember. It was about peace. Okay. Don't chase happiness, chase peace, right? You can't always be happy, but you can always have peace. So it's like, the reason I brought dopamine up is because dopamine is almost like you're going to place that with your happiness. On a scientific level, When you're very happy, it's like you have like a shot of dopamine that's just running through you. Or better said, you know what, this is getting complex because it's not just happiness. I mean, it's not just dopamine. It's other chemicals in your brain, such as serotonin. And that, people might argue that's the happy chemical. And if you're curious what serotonin is, it's the chemical that you feel. It's the emotion you feel. If you were to be going on a walk like this, right? And out of nowhere, you just start to feel like peaceful, grateful, calm. I was just happy, like just happy. That is serotonin. Okay? But I guess what I'm saying with this video is you can't always be happy. Serotonin is not always gonna fucking flood through your brain. Neither will dopamine, which is what makes you like feel cracked out and wanting to do stuff, right? Wanting to feel that, the pump in the gym, or wanting to go work on something. That motivation. A lot of you guys lack motivation. That's just your dopamine. Your dopamine stores are fucked because what my boy Danny said, you're burning it on bullshit. That's a whole separate video I can make. And I've made videos on that. So check the channel if you're curious. But this video is about the idea that you can't always have motivation. You can't always have some crazy, blissful high because your serotonin reserves are just flooded for whatever reason. Maybe you did a drug or something. Sometimes in life, there's things that happen that are quite shitty, you know? And for you to say that you're going to be happy when that happens is kind of weird and inhumane. So this comes back to my point, which is you can't always be happy, but you can always be at peace. Now, what is peace? Peace is a deeper concept than happiness. It's less about the chemicals in your brain. And it's more about your level of consciousness. The way I would describe peace is it's your ability to be in the present moment. It's like the degree of how much you're in the present moment. That's peace. Or the degree of how much control you have to be in the present moment at that present moment, if that makes sense. You know what's funny? I've noticed I have this really strong tendency to make definitions for words almost as if they're mathematical equations. That's because growing up, I was a mathematician. I really like math. And I think it just helps me to think of things in this logical way. But anyways, how do you get more peace? How do you get better at having peace? There's one practical action step, which is more meditation. And then the other one is just having this conscious awareness throughout your day-to-day to be more here in the present moment. Are you thinking of the future? Are you thinking of the past? Now, there's a thing to be said where you are purposely thinking about something because you set aside time to think about that thing. That's totally fine. That's a lot different than what I'm stating. If you're going on a walk and you're thinking about a problem on purpose because that's what you did the walk for, that's different. That's being intentional. That's your thinking time. I'm talking about a lot of you guys who go on a walk and you're thinking about bullshit. You're thinking, man, what if this happens on my birthday? What if this person does this? What if my business doesn't work out? What if blah, blah, blah? You're just worrying, you're thinking. Instead of just going on your walk and enjoying the views, like genuinely just looking at the views and kind of like losing yourself on the walk. Or same with a book. Can you read a book and not start thinking about bullshit? Can you work and not feel compelled to check your phone and check the time? Can you go to the gym and push yourself hard without just dragging your feet and feeling like you don't want to be there? Can you hang out with someone? Can you hang out with a beautiful girl and be there with her fully instead of just thinking about what you just said or what you will say? This is peace. It's your ability to just be here now. And it's biggest skill you can acquire as a human being, I think. In the sense of like life satisfaction, it really is. I don't know what else you should get more than the concept of being able to just shut your mind off and chill. It's funny, every so often what I'll do is I'll check my levels of peace. I'll check it. It's almost like I'm playing a video game. I used to play Counter-Strike when I was younger. Let's say we're playing a video game, and on the bottom right, there's like a radar. And every so often, I check the radar. What's the radar? The radar is like my degree of peace, AKA my degree of non-reactivity, my degree of no ego, my degree of present moment awareness. These are all synonyms. Every so often I'll check my radar just to see. You know how I do it? I kind of just close my eyes, or kind of just stand still, or kind of just walk straight and just like see, can I keep my mind silent? And if I can, that means I'm at peace. Right now I just did it, and yeah. My mind was silent, man. My mind is pretty silent right now. It's awesome. It's great. But am I crazy? Am I crazy euphoric right now? Am I in a crazy flow state? No. I mean, I'm not at this very moment. But I have peace. This is the point of the video. It's like, I don't need to be at a 100 out of 10 mood all the time, cracked out. But I can have peace. And to me, that's more than enough. You know, this video is almost like more meant for me when I was younger. Because like I said, I was so obsessed with feeling high all the time. Whether that was when I was 16, I would smoke weed. Whether that was when I was like 21, 22, and all I would do is just go and chase girls. Whether that was like, I'm trying to think of other times. Even when I was like 5 years old, I remember I didn't let people in my class go to sleep. My mom would get phone calls saying, yo, this kid isn't letting no one sleep in the class. I just was such a, like let's go, let's have fun kind of person my whole life. I mean, I still am. That's the funny part. I'm just more aware of my tendencies. And I'm just okay with the low moments now. With the low moments, though. Baseline moments is a better way I would describe them. Because when you live such a crazy high life and you don't keep your peace in check, then the problem you fall into is you start to identify yourself with how much fun you're having at any given moment. You become pleasure chasing. And like I said at the beginning of this video, that is the most dangerous state a human can have, because once you're in that cycle, when are you going to stop? The answer is never. If you stay in the cycle, because like I said, dopamine, it's not unlimited in your brain. So what that means is like, you're gonna keep zapping yourself with dopamine, with whatever drug or vice or whatever thing is for you, until you crash crazy hard. And then you feel so down. What goes up must come down. This is a law. And you feel so down. And then, you know what's crazy? I have like a thought I want to say, which is something about, I'm gonna like bookmark this in my brain, which is I want to talk about the concept of physics and how the laws of physics are essentially the same things as the laws of the universe and the laws of manifestation, which is crazy. It's kind of like a mind fuck how that's the case. But actually it isn't, because everything that's real internally becomes real externally. That's actually, I know it's crazy, but it's real. Anyways, what the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, the drug cycle. So if you just keep zapping yourself with pleasure and dopamine, you're going to eventually fall down and crash. And you're gonna feel low. But what a lot of people do is like they fall down, they crash, and then they just keep getting more dopamine, and they kind of never let themselves fully crash. That's what a drug addict will do. Or that's what everyone kind of does. That's what like normies, a normie, which is like the concept of a normie is very interesting because I don't want people to scoff at normal, quote unquote, people, because we're all powerful. But why I use that word is just to highlight that there are people who are just so identified with their ego. They're not enlightened. To me, that's a normie. That's a normie. You're like a NPC. Anyways, for normies, a very common philosophy they have is like they're just gonna, get by the week, do the work they gotta do, and then on the weekend they enjoy it. But during the week, they're like kind of frustrated that it's not the weekend. And when it's Monday, you're like, fuck, it's Monday. When it's Tuesday, you're like, hey, at least it ain't Monday. When it's Wednesday, you feel horrible because like, fuck, you're in the middle of it. When it's Thursday, it's basically Friday. When it's Friday, you got the weekend coming up. That's like normal people, how they view life. To me, it's the same concept as what I was saying about the high and the low. Because those people, they'll go out that weekend and fucking get wasted. Or just do some shit like that. Just binge watch TV, cheat meal Sundays, right? They'll go crazy. And then they have this dopamine spike, and then the Monday they have a dopamine low, and then they just feel low all week, and then they feel high on the weekend. And they're just like these cracked out lab rats. And I mean, if you want to live that way, you can. All I'm saying is, I don't think that's the optimal human existence. I really don't. Fuck. I can't even cross the street. I almost died on this video. And what's funny is I used to always think, when people would tell me, Sergio, you want to calm down, slow down. I used to always view that as like, fuck that, I'm not slowing down. And the reason I thought that was because I was identified with my ego. And now that I'm just way more awake and conscious, I understand now that there is a benefit to slowing down. There is. It doesn't mean I'm being less efficient. It doesn't mean I'm being lazy. It means I'm just aware of how my fucking brain works as a human being. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this, you want to make it a goal to be more at peace throughout your days. The actionable step is 1, practice meditation more, 15 minutes daily, maybe twice a day, maybe more, maybe 30 minutes twice a day, maybe an hour twice a day, maybe 2 hours once a day. Whatever helps you. But you have to connect to source frequently. Visit home. That's 1. 2, throughout your day to day, check that radar. Ask yourself. Don't even ask yourself. Feel it. It's not something you have to ask. Just like close your eyes and sense, what is your level of peace at? How much are you actually here right now? How much are you just in fantasy land? See, right now, as a train passed by, I felt zero sense of frustration. And some days I do feel it. But today I was just looking at it. My mind went silent. I waited patiently. No trigger from me, no reactivity from me. Because here's another really interesting thing. It's like in the present moment, time is infinite. So yeah, those are the 2 things you want to do. And just to give you guys what I want to do more of, is I just want to be more relaxed more often. Because relaxed is kind of like the state of being at peace. It's the physical manifestation. Yeah, it is. And I think you can be relaxed and energetic. I think that's possible, right? So being relaxed is fucking awesome. It's amazing. And I promise you, if you relax more throughout your day, you're going to have a better life, man. So when you're at work, be at work. When you're working out, work out hard. When you're talking to that beautiful girl or girlfriend or date, be with her fully. When you're watching my shit, enjoy it. Soak it in completely. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, link is in my description to work with me personally. If you have any questions at all about the video, about working with me, about mindset, dating, social confidence, DM me on Instagram, Sergio Chavez Coach. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, DM me the word coach. That's all for this video, guys. We'll talk soon. Let's be at peace today. Let's go.